Thank you so much, Remy. Let me take this opportunity to welcome all the participants who've joined us today, all from Vishwakarma family, from other national institutions and international institutions. We welcome you all for this 5 days short-term training program that the Department of Travel and Tourism at Vishwakarma University has organized. Thank you for your participation and hope this is a very fruitful session for all of you. Thank you. Remy sir, you can continue.
Thank you, ma'am. Now, I would like to introduce our today's resource person. The resource person that we have is one of my colleagues in the department, and he's an eminent scholar. The resource person, full name is Dr. Ajay Koli. He is an alumni of Jawaharlal Nehru University, New Delhi, alumni of Pondicherry University, and he has completed his PhD from University of Hyderabad. He has published papers in not only in international journals but as well as in the Scopus Index journals as well. We are happy, and I hope this from this short-term training program, all of you who have joined us gain as much as learning that I personally take every day from the eminent faculty that I bring forward today to all of you. So I welcome you, Ajay sir, and I would request you to take it ahead and go ahead with the short-term training program. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Professor Aarti and Professor Remy. And I'll just start by sharing the screen. Okay. Professor Remy, if you can confirm that my slides are visible. Or anyone else can confirm that. Are you able to see the slide?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. It is visible. Please go ahead, sir.
Thank you. Thank you. Okay. Very good evening, everyone. And yes, now I can see only the slides and not even my own face, but yes, all of you can see that. Sometimes how stupid may I look when I forget something. So, okay, never mind. So yes, and thank you for joining this session, short training program, 5 days. And the name is R for Beginners. And yes, so my name is Ajay, and I'm a professor at Vishwakarma University. And I'm very active on social media, especially on Twitter. If you want to see that what latest we follow there and how we actively engage with the data visualization, data science, and in general topics, so you can follow there. If you want to look at my website, that is also available. You can have a look, what are the different projects I'm engaging. And about the slides will be shared with you, so don't worry so much about the slides. And so yes, we have total 5 sessions. All will be live sessions, interactive sessions. So every slide will have a number. If you look at the bottom of the slide, so in case you have question to any particular slide, so you can note down the slide number with you, and when you feel appropriate time, you can ask the question. Or if it is very, very urgent, you can stop me in between and you can ask the question that time also. Okay. If you think the question you can keep till the end of the session or mid of the session, or when I say yes, if you have some questions, you can ask. So you can note down this slide number and then you can ask me. So we are having session on 24, 25, and then 26 is a break because it is a India Republic Day. It is a national holiday for us. So, and that day I will engage you with the first assessment. So you have to complete the first assessment on that day. And our sessions will be on 4 to 6 these days. and you can just join 5 minutes before so that there is no last minute entry, or yeah. After this, yeah, this is the Google Meet link, and we will use the same link for every session. And this is the same link which is shared in your welcome note as well, so don't worry. And every session will include at least 2 exercises for you, which is the name will be like your turn. So at that time you have to perform that exercise, and you can share the input in the WhatsApp group, right? So like if you're getting any error, or if your output is correct, or whatever output you're getting, you can share in the WhatsApp group. Actually, that was the main purpose of creating the WhatsApp group. So it is not forced, like you have to perform everything, but it's your choice if you want to, because I will keep the pace very, very, very slow, so that if anyone is performing the task same time on your computer, so they should be able to do it. Okay, so we will be having some very, very simple, and I should not say simple, but yeah, we will be having some exercises during the sessions as well. Yes, we will be having 2 assessments. First will be after the 25th, so you will get the day of 26th to submit it, and then second will be on 29th. I will share, so you will get some time, and you have to submit by 30th January by this time. And about the assessments as well, I will just make a very simple. Again, I should stop saying simple. That I will share the MCQ questions with you, and the questions will be based upon what we are talking in these sessions. Okay, so do not get too much key. Oh my God, what will be in the assessments? So don't worry that much about. Even if you listen the recording again, or you watch the recording again, you should be able to attempt the questions in the MCQ. Okay. Yes. And based upon your attendance and the assessment of both the assignments, you will be awarded the e-certificates. So make sure you attend at least 3 sessions out of 5, which is like 60% of the session, so that we will also come to know you a little bit, and then we can also say, yes, we gave this training to this particular participant. And yeah, yes, okay. Yeah. And we will be talking about 5 different modules. So like today, green one. So today we are going to talk about this module, which includes basics of R and RStudio. So we will start exactly from the scratch, zero, from installation to finding software on internet, Google, where is it hiding, how to find it, download it, what are the initial settings you should do in the R and RStudio, and why there are 2 things like R and RStudio. Right? So we will talk all those very, very basic things in this first module. The second module will talk about the dynamic documents. It is like the script, writing script of the R. Like every language has a writing script. So here the language script is R Markdown, and second module will be about that. Then we have a 26 as a break. Then 27, we will do the visualization part. Like R is very famous for making one of the fantastic visualization, data visualizations, graphs, plots. So then we'll cover that. And the fourth session, we will talk about data wrangling, which is about how to transform your present data. And transform in the sense like if you want to remove some variables from it, if you want to add some variables to it, how to import different kinds of data in the R, and how to export even the output. So all those things we will talk. And then the fifth thing, we will talk about the slide crafting. And like this slide, if you see, this is created using, this slide is created using this package called as Sharingen. And they all are done on the HTML. So HTML gives you a lot of power actually to what to do. You can do with the slides. And if you observe the slides, you see how dynamic Sharingen slides are, and why we should use it actually. So this is the whole all modules we are going to cover. And still don't get panicky, like, okay, how much we'll cover this much? We are first time, I have no idea. I to study art side, even I studied from the arts background, but with little consistency and just a decision ki nahi karna hai to art se hi karna hai. So with that decision, so little bit I learn, and which I will be sharing with you. So yes, learning R has a deep curve. It requires consistency and a deep learning curve. But I certainly assure you, all of you can do it. All of you can do it, 100%. Okay. Yes. So today our first module is R and RStudio basics. We are going to talk this, and of course I can never take this much good picture, so I have given the image credits here. If you really like these artists work, so you can follow them, find them, and you can take, like, share more of their pictures, why not. And most of the places I have given the source, so if you want to go and learn more about that, so you can go to the source and you can start learning about that more, which will look like this, like a link here. Like if the cursor is changing, you can see it's like a link, so you can learn more about it. And okay, yes, I'm starting from here. Like some of you must be having this situation right now, including me. Even I get scared sometimes, because oh my god, how to do something new with R. Uh, because we heard different things. Some people say key programming language are especially for engineering students. Some people say programming languages are very tough, and you have to just simply sit every 24/7 in front of computer, then only it is possible. And it is only you have to learn when you want to do programming. So we have so many different information about the data scientists, which sometimes scare us, or sometimes we just see them as a hero whom we can never match, and which would put us in actually this situation most of the time, right? But my whole purpose of this training is to help you, and as well as myself, to reduce the fear of data science, actually, that it is not as scary and as difficult as it sounds. But yes, it requires effort to learn. I won't say if by this training session we will become master of it, of course not. But it is certainly possible, irrespective of your academic background. We all can learn it. Okay. And I hope that after a year or 2 year at least, when you become little friendly with R as a language, so you will be working with it and enjoying it with it, and having so many good feeling while working with it, right? And only way to reach this stage is to get awareness, and this part is this training is part of that awareness program. Okay, what is it, how we can use it, what we things we should afraid of, we should not afraid of, and what is actually the use for all of us, right? And as I mentioned, if I had borrowed something from somewhere, from the internet, from some another person, so you will get a source here, and then you can find more detail about that particular slide. Okay. Okay. So yes. So before I start the R, I just want to show you one sample. Okay, and I will be changing from slide to slide, windows to window. If any one of you face any problem, so please let me know. Now, can anyone just confirm that are you able to see something strange looking window? It is called as RStudio.
Yes,
Yes,
sir.
sir.
Okay,
Yes.
great. Thank you.
Yes, sir. Yes.
Thank you. Thank you. So I just want to show you one sample, and what I am expecting actually, what R can give us, right? So I just now I ran one script, and this is the output of that script. And you see here we have some nice title, my name, date, a heading, some text, some data output is there, then again a heading, again a text, then we have a plot, then again we have some text, then we have a colorful plot, then again we have some text, and then we have a nice some little table here. Okay, now this is called as dynamic document. Okay, and why it is dynamic? Because from this single script I'm running this document, and this script has the text, the analysis data, the code, the tables, and everything. And this same file you can convert into PDF, you can convert into Word, and you can convert into HTML file, which is it is right now in the stage of HTML. Where is it gone? Yeah, this one. Okay, and you may relate it a little bit with the Google document. If you are working with Google document, you see you can download the same into the format of PDF, in the format of Word. But one advantage here is you can include your data and analysis output within the document. Like in Google document, you cannot connect your SPSS, or you cannot connect your SData, right? Any other X tool you're using. So that is the one limitation with the Google Doc. We are not able to, yes, we can do analysis somewhere else, and then we can copy paste into the Google document. So the whole effort, what I found are very fascinating, and it is only the one part of it. I can do my data writing, analysis, everything within the same script, and then I can convert that, whole script into the different formats. Okay, so this is the, I think you find it very wonderful, I hope. And we are actually in this direction, how to reach to this stage. So that is my purpose of these 5 modules, and how I can help all of you to reach to this stage if you're liking this one. Yeah. So let's go and start one by one. Okay, before I start, I hope all of you are those who want to, they can switch on their laptops, connect with the internet, and can perform the things the way we are going ahead in progressing in the sessions, because you can track your own success and progress with that. So that will be very helpful for you. And it is not compulsory. If you just want to listen and just sit and listen, that is also fine. But if somebody want to, because I framed the slides in such a way so that anyone who want to do and perform the thing same time in their computer, they should be able to do it. Okay. Yes. So yeah. Any query, any question before we start? We are good to go.
So can I ask you a question?
Yes,
Vidya
please.
here.
Yes, please.
So are we supposed to download R? I mean, we don't have R on
Yeah,
our machine. We don't have the software with us. So
we are going to do it. We are going to do it. Don't worry. Yes.
okay, sure.
Yes. We are going to download both R and RStudio. Yes.
The thing is, I would just inform the participants, it is completely their choice. If they want to get a hands-on training, they can definitely do it at their end, in their laptop or at their computer, wherever they are attending this session from. So it is completely their choice, and they can definitely, sir will be informing us how to download our studio, everything. It is completely up to the participants, whether they want to install and they want to do it, they want to take a hands-on training. So just wanted to clear that. Thank you.
Thank you, Professor Remy. And if you take my personal opinion, I think you should try, why not? I'm sure it will not break your laptop. Okay, don't ask me money in case it got broken. Okay, so, but these are very small software, so they won't do anything much to your computer. So I recommend you go and perform the things as the course progress. So you'll get a feel of it, how to type it, how to get error, what is error, how actually R looks like, how RStudio looks like. Then you can decide whether you want to keep it or you want to uninstall it. It's very easy, to do that. Okay, so let's do the R thing first. So R is a free software. First fantastic thing, there is no annual recharge, no fee, nothing. It's free, absolutely free. Okay, it is open source language, and it's especially for the statistical computing and graphics. And this is the definition from the R project itself. So you need not to worry about when new version will come, I have to pay again money. No need to. It is completely free, absolutely free. And thanks to these two guys who designed R in 1993, Ross E. Haka and Robert Gentleman. So thanks to these two statisticians, one from New Zealand, one from Canada, and they actually developed R, and they also made it for their own students, but gradually it became very popular, and with the development of the open source actually, and the technology and the platforms like GitHub, open source platform became more popular and more secure. Yeah. So though it came in 93, it got actually popular around 2005 onwards. Yeah. So now we can all download the R, and I will tell you what is CRAN and how to get it downloaded from there. Okay. Now, CRAN, what is CRAN is actually, CRAN is a network. It is a network of different links as per the countries, so that you can choose in which country you are and you can click the link so that your download will be fast. That's it, nothing more than that. But for safer side, all we can go to the clouds and we can download here. So if I click on the CRAN, it will take me to a website which is called as CRAN this. So you say, okay, you are very smart, you yourself have that link, we don't have the link. Okay, so but let's see what Google will give if we ask Google. So just type in the Google R stat language. So if you see, the first one is the R project for statistical computing, and this is the website of the R, and we can find where we can download. Yes, here to download R. It will again bring you to the same CRAN mirrors. Now you can go to the cloud and you can choose, okay, I will increase the, yes. You can choose whether you want to download it for the Linux, for Mac, or for Windows. So I assume most of us, we are working on Windows. So I will click on the Windows, and then it will say, are you installing first time? Yes. And download this for Windows. And if you click here, if you look at the bottom here, it is starting, the download has started. Okay. So I think I can just pause it because I certainly do not want to download it. But if anyone of you are downloading, it will get downloaded. And after that, like in any normal software, double click on the file, install it in your computer. Okay. And if someone is following the instructions and doing the things, so please let me know, so I go with your pace.
Yeah, just a little bit slow, sir. I'm trying to.
Yes, sure. Yes. Then.
So, sir, can I interrupt, sir?
Yeah, please.
Yeah. So when I go to this site you mentioned, right? So now 1 second, sir. Can I share my screen? That will be better, I think.
So that will take a lot of time actually.
No. I'll just opening my screen if others allow me.
No, sir, you just tell me the issue. Just tell me the issue.
Yeah. When I go to the download R for Windows option, okay, it gives me multiple things, subdirectories. It says base, contrib, old contrib, and R tools. So do I need to click only on base subdirectory?
No, you have to click here, install R for the first time.
That's it's not taking me to that link actually.
Yeah, now
Mirrors,
when it is
okay.
here.
1 second, sir. Yeah. Download R. Yeah. See, this is not the page it is taking me to. It is taking me to some other.
I'm performing live in front of you, so I'm not accessing it.
Yeah. This is the page I am asking. Right? I am on this page.
So you have to click here, install R for the first time.
Okay, sir. Now I got
and
it.
Then on here, download this.
Sorry, sir. Yeah.
No. We are here for learning. Why sorry?
Yeah, thank you.
Welcome.
So after going there, you click on download R 4.1.
Yes, for Windows.
Thank you, sir.
Yes.
Thank you so much. Sorry for the interruption.
Welcome. No sorries, please. It's completely fine. We are here to learn. Yes. Okay. Once you download it, double click on the file, install it in your computer, and you will see a window when you open the software like this, which is called as console, CONSOLE, console. And let's say if I open in my computer, so yes, this is how console looks like. And I increase the font size, so in case anyone of you are watching it on phone, so you can see it. So yeah, it is this thing here, and this is called as console. And here we type, like if you type 1 and press enter, this is the output. If you type 2 and press enter, this is the output. So every time you want to see the output, you have to press enter. Okay. If I say 2 plus 2 and then I say enter, answer is 4. Okay. Is it making sense?
Looks good, sir.
Okay, great. Then
so we have to do it at the end of that entire text, no?
Yes,
or anywhere.
Yes, at the end here. where you see the cursor blinking actually.
Okay.
And let's have a little bit information what is written inside this window. So see at the top, it is written the version of the R. So like, because it is a software which is always get updated. So if you look at your own R project website, their present version is 1 point something. So I'm using still little older one, 4.0. So never mind, it's okay. And every R version has a new name, like I'm using taking off again. And then they have a license which says that it is open source. So in case you lost your data or anything, we are not responsible for it because it is open source, of course. And then this thing here, it is called as prompt, P-R-O-M-P-T, prompt. Its name is prompt. So when I say type in the prompt, it means you are typing here. Or when we say type in the console, it means you are typing here actually. Okay, any question about console? Okay, and if you're not asking any question, I consider then everything is going smooth, okay? Yes. Now, when you close our console, so it will save that, it will ask you, do you want to save the workspace image? So we should always say, no, don't save it. The reason is we do not want any old cache memory inside the R. So whenever we start R next time, it should start as a fresh. That doesn't mean it will delete your data and your work. No, it will not have anything in the, what you say, it called as cache only, cache memory. It will not have any dead threads or anything which you don't require from the last session, except your data and your output. Okay, so it will be fresh minted R for you. So don't save the workspace image. So let's try in the window now. If I try to close it, so it is saying there, closing our session, save workspace image. I say no, don't save. And it is done. Okay. Now let's go next. Okay. So in slides, I'm trying to show you how the codes will work when you will type in the console. And same time, I will show you the output, how you will see the output in your console. Okay, like what you code and what you see. So if you write 1 in your R console and press enter, your output will be 1. And you can check it by doing it. Next, if you type 1 plus 1, your answer will be 2, because we know 1 plus 1, 2. You can try dividing, like 34 divided by 40, and answer will be 0.85. So like R, you can also think, if nothing else, it can at least give you big calculations solved, right? So R is a big calculator, of course. Next, these are like arithmetic solutions or operations. You can also give a logical problem, like you can ask R whether 5 is less than 4. Answer is no, false, because 5 is more than 4, not less than. You can also ask like, is 16 is exactly equal to 16? So in programming language in R, we use equal to twice to tell exactly equal to. So is 16 is equal to 16? Yes, true. Okay. So you can try writing this in the console. If you want, I can also open R again and try. So let's write 4 is less than 7 and press enter, and output is true, right? And let's say this number and plus, and this number, enter. We got the answer. Okay. The point is, every time we are working in the console, after writing the code, to see the output of that code, you have to press enter. Is it clear to all of us? So if I have written a code like 3 multiply by 5, and I want to see the output, so I need to press the enter key once, and you get the answer 15. Okay, are we okay till here? Are we okay till here?
Yes, sir.
Yes.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Right.
Sir, do we need to give a space after every digit or character?
It is for our what do you say, pleasing to our eyes, like in when we write in on pen and paper. So of course, when we feel ki after a word we should give space, similar way you can use the same logic ki yes, 3 little bit space and then multiplication and then 5. Even if you don't give, like you can remove the space and then you press enter, still answer is same. But it is little bit okay, and readability is good. Our eye readability is good when you can write little separation ki okay, yes, this is 3 into 5. But yes, some places space is very important, and we will learn that gradually. Ki some places, if you do not maintain the space or you give extra space, you may get an error. Okay, so that is also little we will learn. Yes. Okay. Now the second thing is, let's make a quick plot. So you can write, all of you can write this plot, a bracket, then 1 colon 100, and then bracket closed, and then press the enter, and you can share, some of you, if those who are working, you can share the output, like what did you get. I am looking at your WhatsApp group, so let me
So
see.
actually, I'm able to put up the code, but I can't see the output. Like I'm in that document where we can see our console. I've typed something, then I've said enter, but then I can't see the output.
A new window will open up and it will show you the plot. So let's see, it will go something like this. Plot, and 1 is 2. Yeah, I can give any number. So yeah, and then if you press enter, a new window will come up with the plot. Yes, thank you, Praveen. I can see your output. Then Celine, yes, good. Oh, some of you are already downloaded RStudio and you're doing good. So great. Okay. And when Madam was speaking, is your problem solved? Are you able
No,
to see
sir.
the problem? No?
Not even the earlier calculations. I just downloaded the R,
Okay.
and then I started working. I got the window R console, and then I typed 1 plus 1. I just tried, but I can't even
Okay.
get the total.
Okay. Just write this one, plot, bracket, 1 colon
No, maybe
15.
I'm opening the wrong window, I think. Which window we have to type in? That's what I wanted to ask.
No,
I'm
there is
in
only one window in R. I'm not saying RStudio. Some people know about it, so they are using the RStudio. I'm saying
uh-huh.
just R. Just R.
Yes, I'm using R only.
Yes. At the below bottom, next to the prompt, if I can increase the size further. Yes. Here you need to type plot, bracket, and let's say 100 to 500. And then press enter, and you will get some plot. Good. Several people are doing it. Good. Yes, Swati, your code is correct, and you must be getting an output as well. Yeah, you have shared the both. Okay, good. Output as well as the code. Good. Okay, so let's go. Okay, so what we did just now, we used a function, and your output should be something like this based upon what number you have used. And what we used just now, this is called as function. And R is everything about learning functions and creating functions. So let's learn the R functions. And this is a complete world actually, that learning different functions, and and functions will get you done actually the different tasks. Like in this case, we ask to make a plot. So the function has given you a plot, right? So now let's talk about what is function in R. So a function in a programming environment is a set of instructions. These are some instructions, a set of instructions, okay? And a programming built a function to avoid repeating the same task or reduce the complexity. So let's say we all wanted to make a plot, right? So we use the function plot. So there must be one intelligent person who did the behind calculations, how to make a plot, and he converted those calculations, or what you say, a set of instructions, into a function called as plot. And now anyone who want to make a plot, they can use plot, they can give some data to it, and they will get the output. So it's like everyone is not inventing the wheel. We are not reinventing the wheel. Someone has made the effort once. Now that function is in the public domain, and we all can use that function to do that similar task. So that is work of the function actually. So like this, we have so many other different functions. So let's say, rounding of the numbers, the decimal places, when we, so there is a function called as round, and let's say this is the number 9.1565, and I want to round it to the 2 decimal places, right? So what is the output? Output is 9.16. So if you want, I can just go, okay, and let me little bit talk about it more so that you understand. I shared with you 2 functions. First function was plot, right? And second function was round. And few things are common about both. They both have a name, right? They both have a name. Like here is the name is round, and in that case the name was plot. They both have some values, and they both have a comma. So now let's understand what are these things. Okay. So this is the structure of our function in R actually. Every function has a name. Every function has a name. Like in this case, the name of the function was round. Every function starts with a bracket. Okay. So function name, then bracket, and then we have to give the argument. These are called as argument. Like in the case of round number, we have to give the value, like for which value you want it to round, right? We have to tell. Otherwise, how R will understand which number you want to round. That is the first argument. And then to write the second argument, we have to put a comma, so that R will understand this is first argument and this is comma, and now there is a second argument. Now second argument is sensible. First you have given a digit. Second argument, you have to tell how many digits of decimal you want. So you can write 1 decimal, 2 decimal places, 3 decimal places. So that is your second argument. And then ending bracket of the function. So if you miss any of this, first is this starting bracket or the ending bracket, or you forgot to separate the arguments with comma, you will get an error, certainly. Okay. Or you did not write the name of the function correctly, you will get an error, certainly. Okay. So now it is not necessary every function will have only 2 arguments. No, sometimes it is logical. The argument maybe a function has 2 arguments, 3 arguments, 4 arguments, and more the arguments, it means more refinement you can do in that particular data, right? Okay. Any question about the structure of function? Any question about structure of function? Take your time, and yeah, let me know if you have a question about. I hope I am audible.
Yes, sir. All clear, sir.
Okay, thank you. Yeah. Okay, no question, then fine. So and see, this session is getting recorded. So of course, later also you can keep calm in a nice mood. You can again listen it again, and you can still send me query by Twitter or mail. I won't mind. Okay. Right, now next is, let's do a little bit more functions and output. So now the code, if you write round, the name of the function is round, then the bracket, and x means it is the first argument, means what number you want to give. So that is x, and every argument is a name. So x equal to this number. Okay, I'm sorry. Yeah. And then the second argument says how many digits decimal place you want to round. So I have see how many, and I want it to round to the 2 decimal places. So output will be 564.57. Okay. Now let's say one more, same number, but I want this time I change the second argument. I do not want it to two decimal places. I just want it to be 1 decimal places. So then the output is 564.6, just 1 decimal places. So like this, you can change the argument based upon your requirement, right? Like if you must be having experience of writing research papers. So APA says that all the numbers you are submitting, they should be up to the 2 decimal places. So in that case, you have to follow the 2 decimal places concept. Let's have one more function. This time function is, I hope, can anyone tell what does it by the name? Can you guess what is it doing?
Square root.
Square root.
Good. Thank you. Good. Very good. So, and that is the tricky part also, that the person who's making the function, he should be at least that much intelligent, so he can give a sensible name so that people can recognize what this function is doing. Okay, like you intelligent people identify very quickly ki sqrt means this function will give you square root. Okay, so here we are giving, see, I need square root of digit 9, so x equal to 9, and this x represents just what you say, name of the argument. So you know this is some value x, 9. Even if you don't write x, it will work completely fine. So let's try in R once. Write sqrt starting bracket and then just write 9 and then enter, you'll get 3. And you let's try it 34. You got this square root. You know why it is done actually? Because initially we don't know, but once you become familiar, the first argument is x value, second argument is the digits. So you need not to write the name of the argument. R will automatically recognize if something is first, so it means it is a digit. Something is second argument, then it must be the how many decimal places you want it to be reduced, right? But initially try to practice by writing the names of the argument and giving the values. So that will be helpful. Okay, so the answer is 3. Let's have one more function. This function, okay, now anyone would like to guess what it is doing?
It is to see sequence interval.
Yes, very good. Very good. Yes, this function is will give you a sequence of number with some interval. So sequence dot interval. The name of the function is sequence dot interval. So first argument is, if you want sequence, so you have to give a starting point. So from 10, okay, good. Now the comma. Now from you have given, now up to what number? Then you have given comma. Second argument is 2 to 30. And then the third argument is by how many numbers you want an interval. So I want an interval of 5. So you see now we have the 3 arguments: from the number, to the number, and by the interval of 5. And if you see, the output is 10, 15, 20, 25, and 30. Okay. Now you must be thinking, okay, how it is useful actually anyway. But let's say in case you are doing simple random sampling, I'm sorry if somebody is afraid of random sampling, I'm just bringing it in. But you, or let's say systematic random sampling, and you have a list of 500 respondents, and you want to do a systematic random sampling by a interval of 7. And how you will find the people, how you find that number? So you can use this function, and the numbers given by you, those people only you can go and do the data collection from those people. So this way you can take the help of this. Now let's go next. What do we have next? Okay, any questions still here? Yes, please.
With respect to round, when I try to do it, if it's more than 0.5, it's rounding out to the next number. So let's suppose if I am doing it as 564.186, and then I'm rounding it to 2 digits, it's the answer that I'm getting is 1.19.
Okay.
And if
can you can you just click the picture and share, and then you explain, because we can see then actually what we are talking. Yeah.
Okay, just a second.
Because visualizing these many numbers, okay, really, I'm not capable of actually. So, yeah.
Okay, just a second. I'll try and share
Yeah,
it.
just take a picture and just send to the
I'll,
WhatsApp group. So yeah, we
yes,
can see.
I'll do that.
Okay. Next thing we will talk comments. Yes. Comments are very helpful. Okay, being time, Professor Remy is sharing the screenshot. Comments are very helpful in the rainy days. Rainy days means when we are in some problem, like we are not able to understand what our code is doing actually. You have written the code, but you forget what this code is doing. At that time, comments are very, very helpful and they can save you from a rain. So let's see how it will save us from the rain. Okay. So in programming language, comment means in any computer programming language, comment means your tool is not going to analyze that part. It will just pass it. Okay. Comments are actually written for the humans so that you know what that code is doing. So you write like a rough note next to the comment, or sorry, next to the code. It's like a rough note, which is very important. Like in case after 2 years you want to look back at your code. So let's say you have written a note key, I learned this from this particular source. So that source is there in the comment, because on internet finding that thing after 2 years may become very difficult for you. Or you want to write key, if you change value x to 1, so you will get an error, so don't change it. So you write that comment next to the code so that even after 2 years, in case so that you will not repeat that mistake. Okay. And in R, how we tell to the computer this is a comment and don't analyze it, by adding hash in front of it. You know, hashtag, we all know hashtag. Yes, that hash. So we write this hashtag in front of, if you write this hashtag in front of anything, R is not going to analyze, it will just pass it. Okay, so let's do a quick check. Let me write here, okay, this is awesome. And if I press enter, so I'm getting an error because R is not understanding what I'm writing. Okay, but if I, in front of this, I add this and then I press enter, now see I'm not getting error, because now R understood key, okay, it is a rough comment and R no need for R to do the analysis or evaluation of it, and it can just pass it without giving an error. So it is very, very important to learn how to do comments, how to write comments. Okay, yes, I received picture of Remy sir. So let me see. What is the query here? We have Remy sir, your outputs, okay, round 564, and you're making it 2. Your outputs are correct only, no? So
No. So in case, so it is like what my question was, in case if it's more than 0.5, it's rounding up to the next digit, right?
Yes. Actually, now it depends what mathematics they have taken behind it. Yeah. Because for behind rounding, there are different arguments. Like after 5, we should round or not. So if you want to know the mathematics behind it, so yes, nothing is hidden here. So you can write a question mark and then you can see round and this, and then press enter. So you will get the help, and then you can get all the details how actually calculations are done. Okay, so this is the help page where complete explanation has been given how this round function work, what is the mathematics behind it, so that you are more clear how actually this rounding up has been done. Right? And you can do this for any query which you have, and if that query R has an answer, it will show you an answer. If it will not have an answer, it will show error, or it will show no answer, something like that. Yes. Yeah.
Okay, understood.
Thank you. So let's little bit about the comment. So now in my codes, I have written here this is a secret code of happiness. Okay, I want to keep this, and what I'm doing here, I'm doing the summation, multiplication, minus, and then division by 10, and this number will give you happiness, secret code of happiness. And I want to remember this after 5 years. If I look at it, Yes, I developed a code for happiness. So what was it? So I should remember this calculation will give me a code of happiness, and R does not evaluate this. All these are comments. Comments are very important. So anytime you write hash in front of it, R is not going to analyze it. R will just pass it. And but these are very important because you can write this way your rough notes next to your comments so that you remember, and it will not influence your output, because if you see the output, you'll get only the calculation out of the this line, which is where we don't have any hashtag. Okay. Yes, so we get only the result output here. So that's why comments are very, 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 very important part. Yes. And sometimes they become also very important in case you are teaching R. So and you give notes to your students, so they can also know, okay, what this particular function is doing here. Okay. Okay, now I got one angry cat here, and that angry cat is saying, okay, that's okay, but actually what I have promised you, we will make a single document which will convert into Word, PDF, and HTML. But I think we are not in that direction, because we saw in the R, we are getting everything as a separate plot, separate window. So how we are going to get a single script which can produce us a single document, and which document we can convert into a Word, PDF, and HTML, and we can share easily, and we can save our work easily. Okay, because now if you, let's see, if we close the R now, let's say close the R and don't save it. Okay, and if you open it up again, it will start from the zero. Nothing is saved. Okay, nothing is saved. So how to do a lot of saving, and we want to save our work, how to do that? Okay, so for that we need a superhero, and that superhero is actually our RStudio. Okay, so RStudio makes lots and lots of things easy for us, which actually we were not able to do in the RStudio. And that doesn't mean we cannot do in the RStudio. We can do, certainly whatever you can do in RStudio, you can do in R as well, but then you need to write more codes for it, right? And of course, we can at least do not want to write the codes to import the file, export the file, saving the file, and keeping our projects at one place and finding them easily. At least for that, we do not want to write the codes. And several other benefits RStudio gives us. So let's learn a little bit about RStudio as well. Okay. RStudio was developed by this nice guy. His name is Joseph, and he started this in 2009. And he first time put RStudio in public domain in 2011 so that people can use it. Okay. And what is IDE? IDE is called as Integrated Development Environment. Yes, I am correct. So thank you. Yeah, I will let you know why it is called as IDE and coming down. Yeah, but this is little information about RStudio. And in January 2022, what is the mission of RStudio? RStudio mission is RStudio is dedicated to sustainable investment in free and open source platform for data science. Okay, so again, RStudio is also completely free. You did not to pay any money for it. Okay, so now let's go and download RStudio as well. So I'm clicking on this source, and hopefully it will take me to the RStudio. Yes, I came to the RStudio website, and let's say if you want to start from the scratch, so you can go to the Google and just type RStudio. Sorry, my old types are coming up. Yes, so this is the first one, RStudio open source and professional software. You click on this, then we go to the, this is the website of RStudio. It looks very fantastic. Yes, now we go to the products. In the products, we have RStudio, we have RStudio server, we have Shiny server, we have R packages. I will let you know little bit what they are. And we have RStudio cloud as well. See, RStudio have a free version, and also they have same features but little personalized services for the organizations where they are giving an enterprise version also. They also have a RStudio which works completely from the cloud. You need not to install anything. Okay, your whole work and the whole RStudio is just in the cloud. You need to just log in from the browser, any browser, and you are able to good to do anything in the R. So, but of course, I am not teaching you that how to do the server and R cloud. Okay, because I do not have that, of course. So, but I will teach you how to do the things in RStudio, which is installed in your computer. But cloud and server also works in a completely similar way. Only thing is that they give you the flexibility to save your work in the cloud and you need not install anything on the computer as such. Okay. Now, let me again, if anyone is following, so RStudio, then go to the product and then click on the RStudio here. And yes, see, then we have the server and we have this one. So we need to download this one, RStudio desktop. Okay, now we want download RStudio desktop. I do not want this one. I want this one because it is $995 per year dollars. So I want free one, this one. And if I click here, then I think it will ask me which one you want. Again, I don't know why these many times, but okay. And then we need can click here download, or you can click here download anyway. Okay, and now again, it will automatically identify which computer or OS you are using. So like it is identifying for me that you can download for Mac, but yes, we are not on Mac. So we are on Windows, we are on Ubuntu or any other, so you can download from here. If you're on Windows, so you can click here and it will download. Yes, it is download has started here. Of course, I'm pausing it. Yeah, so you can download from here. Okay, anyone else, anyone who want me to repeat it again, the whole thing? Like how to download RStudio? Are we there? Hello?
No problem, sir. All good.
Okay, cool.
Yes.
Okay, you want to know one more time? Yes, why not? So let's say this is the RStudio homepage. Then go to the product. Then go to the RStudio Premier IDE for R. Then go for RStudio Desktop. Then it will show which one you want. I want the free one. And then it is giving you a download link here. You can download here. Then again it is I don't know why these many things. I have no idea why these many next. So now from here you can choose which operating system you're using. If you are using Mac, you can download from here. If you're downloading Windows, you can download from here. If you are using Ubuntu, which is Linux, from here, Fedora here, and other things here. Okay. So yeah, Windows we have .exe file, so it is a .exe file. Okay, I guess we are okay. Yes, please.
Sir, it is showing only Windows 10, but I am not using Windows 10 actually. I have an older version. So will it support me or do I need to?
I hope it will support. I'm not very sure, but I hope it will support.
I will.
Yes, please.
Thank you.
Yes, please.
Hello, sir. May I?
Yes, please.
Sir, I believe there is a little change in the way the person is using a machine. For example, you have a MacBook, so your page, the way it is showing as an output, the web page customized look is different. And I'm using a Windows, so for my side, the page which I'm looking at is totally a different style of going through the page. So that's the difference I'm finding here. This is maybe it might be happening with others also.
Okay.
That's all I wanted to add.
Yes. See, only what Apple does it. They just fancy the things. Make it little more beautiful. Nothing more than that. Everything will work in a similar way. Like Google will show almost in the same way the results, because I am also using the Chrome, so I'm not using Safari here. This is a Chrome. So maybe yes, when you talk about the R may look little different when you install in Microsoft and when I install in Mac. But the outputs will not differ. Outputs and where you need to be the inputs, that will not differ. Presentation may be a little different. That I agree with you. but the things will work more or less almost same. Okay. Yeah. So you will not get any error because someone is working on Microsoft and someone is working on Mac. You will not get error because of that. Okay. So now let's understand what is the actual connection between R and RStudio and why do we need both of them? Okay. So you can imagine RStudio like a very stylish car, okay. If you have downloaded already, have you? Some of you, yeah, RStudio will look like this, but you do not have these windows, but it will look like this somewhat, a little bigger, fancier, more fancier than the R, and there will be 4 different windows. Yeah, we will come to that. Don't worry, we will come to that. Yes. So the relationship between R and RStudio, and can we uninstall R once we install the RStudio? And all these questions. So you imagine RStudio like a very stylish car, but a car needs an engine, and R is the engine of that car. Okay, so you need R and RStudio both to work together. So RStudio needs its engine, which is R, to work. So please do not uninstall R so that you think, okay, you have RStudio. No, they work together. And if you update R, RStudio will also take that update and integrate in itself. Okay. So just, I think it is very clear how car and engine works. The similar way actually these R and RStudio works. Okay. Now, if you if you have downloaded RStudio, your RStudio window will look like this. Okay. Now you can share a quick screenshot in the group. Let me see how many of you are till here. You have reached till here. So if you have downloaded RStudio and you have installed, you can take a minute extra if if it is in the process of installation. So you can just click. No need of this plot and everything. Just click an empty RStudio picture and then share. So I will know how many of you are following, and we are making some progress here.
So by the time others are sharing, can I ask a quick question?
Please.
Yeah. So when we work in command prompt, okay, we need to normally define our working directory, right? So in R or R console, don't we need to define the directory where we are working, or it's by how it is like?
Okay. I think, shall we come to the question of working directory, because it is there in the slide.
It's there. Okay, sir, no problem. Because
many people will get confused. Okay, what is this working directory?
Okay. No, while others were doing it, so I asked it because you never told. Because we directly started typing the commands and looking at the output. So
we will. Yeah, thank you for asking the question, and we will come to it. It is there.
Yes, thank you.
It is there. Yes, don't worry. So others, those who are wondering, oh my God, new word, working directory. So yes, there are some issues like this, and for all those issues are minimized, with the help of RStudio. Yeah.
Right, it's and just a folder in which we save our files for others.
Yes, and
just a folder where we work. So
sorry.
I was just trying to simplify it by saying that I am asking that where all our data gets saved, in which folder it normally gets saved. Like we do all our normal activities. When I type something, prepare a presentation. No, I'm just simplifying it, my doubt to others. That
yes.
I'm not asking anything complicated. I'm just trying to understand whatever I do, where it gets saved. So normally when we save our presentations in certain folders, so whatever our calculation we are doing, where it will be done. That is what I am trying to ask when we say working directory. Is it, sir, correct?
Yes, and may I know your good name, please?
So my name is Vijay.
Vijay, okay. Vijay, see what happens when we hear the words, we become very okay with that. Ki working directly, but for the newcomers, because I am treating all of us completely starting first.
Even I am very new, sir. Please don't. This is completely new to me. Okay. I was just like you said that this may sound difficult for others, so I was just simplifying it for others. My query. That my query is simply where do we save our file? Do we need to define it to us? Obviously, you are coming to that point. Thank you.
Yeah. Good. So we got from one person a picture of RStudio. So yes, the person is writing Celine. Okay, thank you. Good. So okay. Anyone who is in process of downloading it. So if you want me to wait so that you can download and then you can perform the tasks. Because see, we are going to do the visualization, we are going to do the our markdown documentation, and if you are not ready doing the things, it will be very easy for you to forget it actually. So because we have a 2-hour session, so we are going with your pace. So I think it will be very beneficial for you if you can perform the task at the same time, until unless it is just okay. Yes, I got from Praveen. Good, Praveen. Okay. Okay. Okay, good, Professor Remy. Okay, yeah. Okay, yeah, yeah, good, Alicia. Good. Because once we'll start making progress, so you may feel fancy, ki, oh, now it's looking very good. Now, how to do it? How you want to do it now? Okay, and then you may ask at that time, ki, because that is the experience for my earlier training sessions. If later students, ki, okay, sir, now how to do that thing which we did yesterday, and then it will become difficult actually, because now we are on the task. If you ask me now we are on that position to take extra time and get it done. But if you ask me tomorrow ki how to download RStudio and I'm facing this problem, then that will be not the right use of the time. Okay, good, Alicia. Okay, so quick things, I guess. Okay, anyone else who is in process of downloading it? Okay, good, Professor Dolly. Good. Okay. Yes, Vijay, I can see the both R and RStudio in your screen. Good, great. And yeah, so now some of you have RStudio in front of you opened up. So if you look below window here, it is called as console, and you must be able to see here a prompt, just like it was in the R. And it is written also here console, and you will find a prompt here like this. And here again, if you type everything like 1 + 1, 2 + 3, or the plot or the round, and press enter, you will see an output, right? Because it is a R console. It is an R console, right? Then next to this, you have one more window here, which is called as output window. And here you see the tabs of plot, file, plot, packages, help, viewer. So do not get too much key. These many things, it is like a spaceship, and we can run spaceship with these many options. Okay, it looks like that. See, when I work on this day and night, for me it become okay कि अच्छा चलो एक file ही link तो है. But if you look at it from a new person's perspective, it is like, oh my god, these many options. I don't think so I will ever be able to learn this. But believe me, once you are little stay some more time with RStudio, all these numbers, looking different tabs, will become very okay for you, and you will be just playing like a sports star with all these tabs. Okay, don't worry. So this is what RStudio look like, and here we have the console, and here we have the output, and here it is called as an environment, and we are yet to create a script, right? So the first thing what we are going to do is do some global changes about which we do not want to worry later. Yes, so in the RStudio top bar, you see there is option called as tool. If you click on the tool option, there is option called as global options. And if you click on the global options, this window will come up. Are we there on this window?
Yes, sir.
Yes, good. So now the first thing, which I mentioned even about the R, that we do not want R to save our workspace image. Okay, we do not want workspace image. Okay, so go to the journal here and go to the workspace and uncheck this and see that it is never here. Make this setting here, the red one here. Make your settings also exactly like this. Uncheck this, and this should be never here. Done? Good. Now, next setting is, now go to the sweave function here in the same window, but click the apply before going to the next one. So now go to the sweave option here, sweave, and make these changes here. This option should be knitter, and this option should be ZLatex. Then you are very good with everything actually. Or any other setting which you think it is not as in my computer, so you can make it, change it. Like this should be tick, this should be tick, untick, untick, tick, and system viewer. Yeah. and then apply, and then OK.
So please go a little slow. Sorry.
Yeah. Just look at the, and you will have these recordings, so don't worry. Yeah. So click on apply and then click OK. Yes, once some of you are done with this, let me know. I will go next.
So those PDF things you said, we have to keep it as N. How do you call it as? KNITR for this SView.
No, I couldn't hear. SView. It's called as SView.
Yeah, in that we choose KNITR as the option, right?
Yes.
It
is called as knit. Knit se bana hai knitter. Knit. Knitter.
And the typeset latex, which we will keep it as XE latex, right? Not
Yes.
PDF latex.
Not PDF latex. Yes. And this X is called as tech. You know, like we say tech companies. So it is called as G latex.
Okay.
Yes.
Linux. Okay. Sumatra.
Yes, and Sumatra is the best PDF opener. If you are using Microsoft, use Sumatra PDF opener. It is the best and fastest PDF opener. Free.
So we'll keep that. Okay, should I apply that?
Yes, apply and then click OK.
Thank you, sir. Okay.
Great. Good. Now let's have little philosophy of learning in data science, right? And all of you in your respective computer, please read these lines. They are very helpful for me at least. So that is why I shared with you as well. And these I have taken from the education blog of RStudio, that we all want to learn. So we are a group of different age group, we as a registered participants here, but we have a fire to learn, and that is why we are here, right? Like when some of our colleague friends are not here, we are here because we have a fire to learn. So we want to learn, and good. And like this beautiful flower, it takes time, but all of you can become expert and have a better understanding of the R. But understand this about R especially. Our ecosystem, it is a huge ecosystem. It has so many things to do actually, from statistical analysis, document making, website making, app making. You can think, yeah, anything a programming language can do, R can do that for you. And irrespective of how much expert of you are of one thing, you always have scope to learn more. So I don't think so that time will ever come you say, okay, now I'm a master of R. You will always have the same thing to do in a better way, right? So that is why programming is also evolution, so that there is no end of learning it. But that doesn't mean you have to always learn, but after a while you become master of few things, of course. But do not think that many people know more than you know. They may be good in one thing, maybe very bad in any else thing, right? If you ask me, I have not done any programming so far using R. I have just used it for statistical analysis, because that is my purpose as a social science researcher. I have to write the documents, I have to do the statistical analysis, I have to do the visualizations, but I don't need programming things. So of course I have not done programming like developing app, but yes, I have developed websites for my use, but not the app as such, right? Where we need active programming. But that doesn't mean it is not useful for us if we do not want to do the programming. We need to do one of the best statistical analysis as a researchers and professors, right? And I assume most of us are from the academics and the research background. And so it's a fantastic tool, to learn about it. Okay, this is a little bit about the philosophy, how it goes. And with this is the framework which is used in the R data science, like how the whole steps by step the thing work. Okay, so it goes like this. The first thing what we need to do in our programming is, which is called as wrangling. We need to bring our data and give it to R, or attach it to R, or make something so R can access it, so that we can do the analysis, right? Importing part. And data is not just a CSV file. It can take data of any format you have. It will work with it. Stata, SPSS, any format of data you have, R can, using some techniques, you can convert it and you can use it in the R. The next thing is tidy and transform. And we are going to talk about this part in the fourth module. Once the data is with you, ready for the analysis, before that, we have to clean up the data. We have to transform the data, because data as such has, raw data has lots of issues, missing values, wrong values, distribution issues, skewness issues. So how to deal with all those things, or calculating new variables based upon the earlier variables, or how to deal and replacing the missing values if you have lots of missing values. So all this cleaning up work we have to do. And if anyone has given you a picture, the data scientist means modeling and only app making, they're completely wrong. 70% of the time, all data scientists, they do the cleaning of the data, and it takes your 70% of the time. If any project if you give 60 minutes, your 40 minutes has been taken only to get the data ready for the analysis, right? So it is really like a very, very important task. Next part comes at the exploration of the data, which is called as exploratory data analysis, where we see the distribution of different variables and we make the plots of different variables, and we see how actually our data is behaving, which is called as exploratory data analysis. Then we do the modeling. If we have the modeling, like statistical modeling, especially like fitting different models to our data, like if you're using structural evolution modeling, regression modeling, or ANOVA based models. So you fit based upon your purpose of your research, and then that is the second part. And then you communicate your research at the end, because that is also the most important. And if some of you have the experience of submitting a paper to a research journal, or some of you have written a thesis, PhD thesis, you know how daunting it is, a 200 pages document and taking care of the format and numbers and the figure numbers and the page numbers and everything. You must have done a lot of good work. If that presentation is not good, presentation of your document is not good, your whole effort is wasted. So how to communicate it in a very nice way, how to make some of the best visualizations like presentation, so that your whole effort you can show in a very fantastic and easy to understand language, right? So that is the communication. So this is the whole setup, how this data science in R is practiced. So you have to import the data, tidy and transform the data, then visualize, model, transform, do this, keep on doing this until you find the right model, the right visualization for your, as per the objective of your project. And once that is done, then you have to communicate it. Okay. Till here, any question based upon about this program? Yeah. Any question about this?
I guess once we'll take few examples, maybe then we'll understand.
Yes, of course. We see we are going to examples in the sense like examples means
like we'll actually work on RStudio, what you've just explained. Maybe then we'll understand what.
Yes. See, now in the next session we are going to do the part of, actually in teaching I may not be able to go exactly in the same format, because in the next session I will teach you first the communication part, how to understand the script, how actually to make the script. Then that is the part of the second session. Then in the third session I will teach you the visualization part, okay, how to make the visualization. And then the fourth session I will teach you the importing and tidying the data, okay, because then only it will make sense. If I start from here, so things become little difficult actually to grasping for the students. So, and I hope you will understand when we go to the coming sessions. So this is just a framework for the R, data science in R. That's it. Now the next thing, how to get each step done in R. So we have something called as R packages. I will explain what is that. And for each specific task, like importing the data, we have the package read R, read Excel, and all these packages. And in this source, if you click, you can get the whole detailed PDF document, and from where you can get more details about this sheet actually. And all these links are clickable actually. So you can click download and click and download from this source. And in the PDF, these clicks will work. So you should be able to download it. So don't worry about that. And you see and each step you can use the packages to do those steps. Like these are the name of the packages. These are the name of the, for visualization, GG2 is very famous. For modeling, there are so many. And for communicate, there is R Markdown, which we will learn in the second session. So yes, now let's come to the question of what is our package? Because each step of that data science, we can perform only with the help of a package. So it need to understand what is the meaning of an R package. So first thing about R package in R languages, every package has this hexagon sign. It is called a hexagon, I guess. I'm not wrong here, I hope. Yeah, every package is represents with this hexagon sign, has a hexagon shape, and then the name of the package inside it. So it's a picture like space. In the space, the packages are floating. And why it is called a space? Because as of 12th January 2022, there are 18,698 R packages available on R to do different kind of things. Because R as a software is used by the biologists to economists to text analysis people, to so many people it has been used. So there are different kinds of packages. And as per your requirement, you can learn those packages. You can download those packages, again free. Okay, no money. Again, they are free. Okay, or each and every package is free. Now, please do not think you have to learn 18,000 packages. No, you did not do. So you need to learn the package only which you feel it is important for your work. That's it, right? So, and this is a CRAN. Again, it is a centralized repository where you can find what are the different packages are available. So table of available packages, if you see, yes. So this is a long table of the packages. And I think the latest package came on 24/1/2022 today itself. And name of the package is binary expansion testing. And even today we see how many we got. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. See how many packages we got submitted just today. These many till here. And you see each one has a different work, right? So, okay, I want to wait. Okay, because a long list. So that's why it is asking you want to download the whole list. So, and every package has a name. Like here we have the name, and it will create some problem for me. I should have stopped it. Okay. Okay. I'm closing it because it's a long list and it is jamming my computer actually. Okay. I hope you can hear me.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Because I get worried if computer get froze. So yeah, yes. So it has lots and lots of packages. So like in journal, there is a saying, we should not say whether this can be done with R or not. We should ask the question, how to do this with R. Okay. So, and that is how we search on the Google key, how to do one particular thing on R. So yes. Now what is R? Oh, sorry. What is package? A package is a collection of functions, data, and documentation. So as I told you, functions are very important and everything is done by the functions. So a package has more than one function. So let's say if you want to do structural equation modeling using the R package, SCM in R, that package name is SCM in R. So you know that there are several steps you have to do in SCM. And for every step, you have one function. So package is a collection of function. And most of the time, not most of the time, 100% of the time, every package has to give a data as well so that people can practice their package using that particular data. And they also have to submit a documentation. It is a learning documentation, how people can use my package, right? So every package will have a functions, data, and documentation. So it's not like they just give you a package and now you have to learn on your own. No, they give you a proper documentation. And submitting a package on R is a very rigorous process. You have to, it is just as good as submitting to a research paper in a journal. And then only your package is accepted and uploaded in a CRAN for the public. Okay, so do not think any XYZ can make package and just upload it. No. Yes, anyone can make it, but the evaluation is very rigorous. You know, once the community says, yes, this package is really has something unique to offer, and it improves the earlier ways of doing the things. Then only they upload it on the CRAN. It is applicable. It is available for the people. Now, top downloaded packages, in case you want to know what are the most famous packages actually which people use. So even that link I provided here. So you can see like top downloaded packages are like ggplot, rlang, lifecycle, and all this. So of course we are learning ggplot in the third session. It is a plot for doing the visualization, and then we will also learning the deployer, and which is a package for doing the data transformation or data wrangling, right? Okay. Now let's see how to install the packages. So first I will show this with the slides, and then I will show it in the computer. Okay. Now, if you go to the top, again, the top options in your RStudio. Okay, and now everything we are doing in RStudio. Okay. Now we will not do anything in the R. We will do everything in the RStudio. Okay. Go to the top tool option, and then you find there is an option called as install packages. Okay, I think these red are written by me so that you can get the indications, right? So tools, install packages, and then you will get a window like this, right? Now in this window here, you need to write the name of the package, right? Here you need to write the name of the package. So of course you are doing it first time. So let's start with a package called as tidyverse. Let's see, why not? Or shall I first ask you something simple? Okay, so okay, you can type this tidyverse, and automatically it will come here, and then you can click and it will come here, and then you can press on the install button. Okay, and make sure that this is checked. This is checked. Why? Okay, you start this process, then I will tell you why. Okay. Okay, how many of you are doing it, so that I know that how many people are trying to download this package? You can just say yes, yes, yes quickly. So how many people are downloading the tidyverse?
Sir, it did not give me that pull down.
Sorry?
I did not get that pull down. When you said, when you type TIDEY, it should have given me that, right? But it doesn't show it.
Are you connected with the internet? Your laptop in which you are doing
Yes.
it?
Therefore, I am able to talk. Yes, sir. Yes, sir, I am connected.
Okay. You can just try to retype, because maybe just I don't know, because these are technology. I don't know, but
yes,
most of the time it should.
So,
See, like,
so please check the spelling, Vijay sir.
yeah, madam, I tried.
Yes. Okay. Let me see
I
here.
will check, madam. No problem. If anything is wrong
Yes.
on my side, I will.
So let's see here. This is the package at my side here, and if I press, okay, I can try this tool and install package, or I can try packages and then install, and this window will come up. Then if I write TIDY, see, it will come with tidy so many things. I want tidyverse, so I want this one. If I click here, and this should be checked, and then press install, it will install the package.
I did the same. Only I did not get was that pull down, like auto.
It
Maybe it was
internet speed as well, so it
Yes.
is not that such a big matter. So,
No problem, sir. I think it is only with me then. Okay, please we can continue.
and sometimes also what happened, especially with the, okay, I should not say, but yes, it is true. We know that Microsoft, if you restart the computer, things works better.
Yes,
right?
sir. I got it. Sir.
Maybe
Because we have
that
just
is
installed. Yes.
also the problem. And we are continuing the session, so we did not get the chance, to restart the whole thing. So, but sometimes it helps. So it's not such a big issue.
So only I am getting this problem. So no problem then. It's fine.
Great. So yeah, this is the way. And let's say if you want to install more than one package at a go, so you can write like package number 1, then comma, and let's say one more package, scales. And then you can choose scales, and then the second. Let's say you want one more package, comma, and let's say another package is what I want, another package. Let's say meter. Let's package meter. So like this, you can install as many as you want, but you should also see your computer speed, and you should also see the internet you have, okay? Because everything is based upon the internet speed, right? Yeah. This way we will go. Yes, and then you need to click install.
Sir, I had a question. Can I?
Yeah, please.
So just now you said that everything is going with the internet. So will that be something like even to work while on some data, we will need the internet always connected, or once the files, the packages are installed, we will be able to work even without internet? So what will be the answer here?
For working the RStudio, internet is not required. Yes, that is the first answer. For working of RStudio, internet is not required. If your data is, your RStudio can access the data and the package is already installed in the RStudio, you need not internet. Okay, not at all. But recommendation is try to work when your internet is connected. So in case you are missing some package or you are facing some error, so immediately you can Google about it and get it done. Is it okay?
Right, sir. Right. Thank you.
Welcome. Yes, some more questions or some more questions? Yes. Okay, are we able to do this one, installation of the packages? Yeah. So, and once the packages are installed, they will look like this in your, in your package window. If you look at here, like in the packages, and here, all these are the packages which are installed. If you scroll up, so you can see how many packages are installed, which I'm stupid, just downloading, but not using everything, of course. So, but you can see these are the packages which are installed and which I might have used sometime, but they are installed here, right? Now, next thing about installed packages is, and let's say if you want to just, why you want to scroll through the everything. So you can type in this bar, like whether that particular package is installed or not installed. So let's say whether tidyverse is installed. Yes, so tidyverse is installed here. I can see it is here. If it is not visible here, it means your package is not installed. Let me see if knitr is installed. Yes, knitr is also installed. But do you see the difference? Tidyverse was checked and knitr was not checked. Okay, I will come to that also. Why? Okay, if till here everything is okay, may I go next?
Yes, sir.
Okay, good. So that was the way to install a package using the the click and access the function, and then you do the installation. But how to do it if you want to install a package directly from the R console? So for that, function is install.packages, and then start the bracket, end the bracket. And in the double inverted commas, you need to write the name of the package. And again, check the spelling. If the spelling is wrong and in between one parenthetical, you will get an error. Okay, so if in case you do not want to install through the click and drop option, you can directly write this code inside the console and you can install packages from there as well. But again, I'm repeating, important is the name should be in the double inverted commas, right? So if you want to install tidyverse, so you can use this one and you can able to install. Now, once it is installed, how to use that package, right? How to use that package. So for the using a package, the function is called as library. The function is called as library. Why? Because R has created a library of the packages, and now which package from that library you want to bring and you want to use, that is done by the library function. So go to the library of the packages and bring me the package tidyverse. And now once you write this command in your document, you are ready to use the tidyverse package, the all functions of the tidyverse package in your document. And you have to write it only once in your document. If you write twice, you will not get error, but it is a wastage of memory and it will reduce the speed of your document processing. So write one time the name of the package inside the library and you are good to use all the functions inside this library. Okay, till here any question? Okay, let me explain this, then let's take the question. So few things about the R package. Number one, you need to install R package only once. Yes, so you need to install R package only once, right? And how to use them, just like, we buy books. So we buy a book, we keep them, and then whenever we want, we just go to the books and read them again and again. So similar way, we install the package once, and then we just use them again and again. The way we use the bulbs, we put the bulbs in at the right place, and then we just switch on and off, and then we use them. We don't remove the bulb right directly from the holder every time. Similar way, we install the packages once, and then we just use them again, again by using the library function. Next thing is, yes, in every document, once you have to use the library function so that you can use the R package, like for example, library ggplot, so that you can use all the functions of the package ggplot too. And once in a while, you need to update the packages, because these are the softwares which always get updated once in a while, like once in a 15 days, or in a month, it is good time to update the packages. And one important thing, if you uninstall R or RStudio, you will lose the installed packages, because if your आपकी गाड़ी ही नहीं है तो उसके अंदर क्या कुछ कैसे मिलेगा, of course, right? So if if you uninstall R or RStudio from your computer, you will lose all the installed packages, and you have to reinstall all the packages. Be very careful about that as well. And yes, how to do the updates. So you can go for again tools and check for package updates, and if you click here, you will get this kind of a window. Then you can select all, or you can select any particular packages which you want to update, and then click on the install updates. And yeah, I can show you similarly in here, like this is the, like if you click on the update, you can, so I need to update these packages, and the installed one is 0.22, available is 0.23. And what is the new about this update, you can read in the news here, right? Like what is new in this package, you can click here, you can read it. Okay, if you select all, it will update all. If you want to uncheck something, it will not update everything. Okay, so right now I'm not updating, so because we are in a session, so I'm just putting it on cancel, right? Okay, then what we have next, if you want to remove any package, maybe once in a while you think your system is becoming very slow, very heavy, you don't want to use this package, so how to remove it? Just click on this cancel button here. This cross is here. If you just click on this, your package will be removed from your system. Okay, and if you want to read an official documentation, because I told you every package has a official documentation, so how to read it? So this earth, it is a web link. If you click here, let's see. I hope one link should have opened up. Yes, see, this thing has opened up, ABIND, and the whole documentation about this package is here. You can learn what is happening there, right? So this way you can click anyone. So like, okay, like BibTax. Okay, if I click here, so this is the help page of the BibTax. So all the information about BibTax is available here. This is called as GitHub. If some of you may be familiar, may not be familiar, but don't worry, we are not going to talk about it. We are going to talk about it in my next course, which will be not beginners, but middle level course. Then we will learn how to do GitHub and how to launch your own website. Yeah. Okay, so I think we are good till here. Okay, so first exercise for you. Okay, so this is your turn. Now you have to install these two packages and share the screenshots with me. And you should show me in screenshot how you installed it, right? And how you call these packages to use. So I told you what functions are there to install the package and what function is there to use the package. Okay, so now you share the screenshot if you are done. So I give you 5 minutes for this, and your time starts now. Okay, we got some screenshots here. Yes, Praveen, good. Now you need to install it. Okay, I'm looking at your output only. Okay, so don't think I'm checking my personal messages. I'm not. Because it is a very rude behavior, when in public and you should not check our personal messages in phone. Yeah.
Some kind you can take this leverage.
Yeah, it depends upon the situation, of course. So it depends upon the situation. But I just want to make it clear that yeah, I'm not checking my personal messages here. But yes, most of you are working and I'm very happy with that. Very good. Yes.
In fact, last time, just to share with you that last time I was using RStudio for bibliometrics. So I was only using bibliometrics. I was not knowing anything other than bibliometrics. So this is, I wish to start from a scratch. So this was a good learning for me.
Oh, awesome. Awesome. I'm so happy that we are making progress here. Okay, and you have to also show me how you will use these packages. So what function is there? So write that function in the console, and then enter. And if you are getting error, it means you have not installed it correctly. And if it is not getting error, it means you have installed it correctly. Swati. Okay, good. Okay, so the only way to check is call that function, call that package. And how do we call that package? From the you want to tell me the name? Library. Yeah. Yes. So use that function. Great, great. Yes. Celine, I hope I'm saying your name correct. Celine, right? Yes, because I couldn't save your number, but yes, I can see in the thread that yes, your name is coming as Celin. Yes, good. Yeah, I think all of you can see the output of Celine, and then we know yes, I'm looking like this. So if you are getting an output like this, we are good. So you have last 1 minute to finish this exercise. Okay, Praveen, good.
Good evening, sir.
Yes, good evening.
This is Umesh. Can I share my screen for a minute?
Sir, actually, we are already running short of time, and resharing. You can drop the screenshot, sir, in the group, WhatsApp group.
Okay, fine. Because I have installed our packages, both the things, by giving the command install.packages and everything.
Yeah, great, sir. So just share the screenshot because I think we are already running short of time. We have only 17 minutes more, and we have quite a slides actually. So, yeah. Yes, good, Swati. Yes. Fantastic. Our participants, very good. Okay, so we are done, and the answer for this is that you need to install the packages using the install.packages, and you can combine these two packages by this C, and this is another function to combine more than one things, which is just C, and you can combine and you can install. And next thing is you need to call the packages from the library. So library sharingen, and you can call it Jeringen or you can call it Sharingen, is up to you. Okay, I used to call it Jeringen, but most of the North American country people are calling it Sharingen as such. And this is a package called as Parmel Penguins, and we are going to use the data from it. That is why I asked you to download it. Okay, good. Now the next thing we are going to learn, and it should be the heart of every data, which is called as R objects. Okay, and you will be creating a lot of objects when you are doing work with R, and they will be as good as like herd if you make them clearly, if you write them clearly, give them right names. Otherwise they will really become a headache also for you. Okay, so there is a very less difference between hurt and headache, so be careful. Okay, so we will make some R objects which are sweet as hurt, and we are able to understand them, and they will not become headache for us. So let's see what are R objects. Yes, so R object is just a name. It is a name for any data which we have stored, right? If we are storing a data, we have to give it a name, right? It makes sense, right? If there is a data of something, and if you want to use that data, so how you will tell R ki I want to access that particular data? Only the solution is you have to give it a name, right? And that is called as a name of an object. Right? Now let's see. Okay, did I make a mistake? No. So let's see, I want to create an object, and the object name is salary. Object name is salary. And what is inside that object? Inside that object, I have a salary, which is salary 20, 30, 40, 50, and minus 10. Somebody is poor due to the COVID. Okay, so minus 10. It is possible during the COVID time. Yes. So first thing is, this new thing is C here. So it is a function, and the name is just C. And the work of this function is to combine the things together. Okay, C for C and combine, right? So it combines the things together. So what C will do here, it will combine 20, 30, 40, 50, and minus 10. Okay, and bracket closed. So this argument is done. This function is done. Now this data, and if you look at the arrow here, this is an arrow made from the less than sign and the dash. Less than sign and dash, and is an arrow. This data I want to save as an object named salary. So anytime when I will ask R, show me the data, show me the object salary, or show me the data salary, so I just need to type salary, and my output will be this. Okay. Is it making sense, or shall I explain one more time?
Yes, sir, once, please.
Yes, sure. See, you remember in the R console, we were writing the different numbers and digits, right? And everything is going to the memory of R. But let's say you want to save that number with some interesting name, so that anytime you write that name, you will get back to that data, right? Because we do not want to lose the data. Every day we cannot start from the scratch. We need to work it, save it, and next time start from there. So what we are doing here is, I'm creating a data, and data has value 20, 30, 40, 50, and 10. And I'm making these values together by using a function C. Okay, and the function hai, so it has a starting bracket and it has an ending bracket. So now all these are together. But if I just leave it here, and I want to access this data again, so how I will tell to R that I want to access this particular data, right? I cannot say no R, okay, give me that data which I typed just now. No, R will understand when I give some input and ask an output. So what I will do, I will save this data. That is why, and using this style, which is a style in R of saving any data as an object, it is less than sign and dash, so it looks like an arrow, and the name, and you can give it any name. Okay, there are few guidelines, but you can give it any name. You can give it an age, like these are not salary, these are age. Let's say these are not age, these are height. So any sensible thing, what you think this data is, you can give the name. And now next time, whenever you write that name, you will get the data like output here. So I think if you quickly do and exercise, that will be helpful. That will be more good. Okay, can I increase this? Okay, I'm just increasing the size, so don't worry. Yes, so this cursor is a little big here. So yes, so let's say I want to say one thing, and which is H and C, and it is going like 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Okay, and I press enter. So this data is created. But now, okay, now if I want to access this data again, okay, what is wrong? Something no. If I want to access this data again, so I need to write H, and you see the output is data inside the H. Is it making sense now? Can I hear some yes, 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 or no, no, no?
Yes, sir.
Now, yes.
Okay, now yes,
Yes,
okay.
sir. Understood.
Yes, live performance always matters. Yes, I agree with you. Right. So, and this is, and yeah, so this is done. Now, let's say you thought that, okay, this data is wrong. Okay, and how I'm bringing this data back, you can use the up arrow and down arrow. You have in your keyboard up arrow and down arrow, right? If you press up and down arrow, your last commands will come. You can change, you can go, and then you can use the right arrow and left arrow to go inside the command, and you can change. So let's say these are not age, these are just the roll numbers, and then you press enter, and now if you call roll, so this data will come. Okay, and let's say you are in this, and you just want to overcome of it, just press the escape key, everything will go away. We are rarely going to work from the console, so don't worry that much about it, but I think live performance is always important. So yeah, okay. So like this, let's say we created another data object, which is for the names. Yes, we have a question. Yes.
Sir, just a question. If in case we want to change what the value that you have given, like how you showed, like role for role, the data is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. What if I want to change that?
Yeah, similar way. Just go take the cursor there and just delete it, change it 45. Done.
No, but how to get this particular? If I want to change, how to get this?
You have to use the up and down arrow in your keyboard. Okay, see this cursor is empty now. Press your up key, up arrow key. You have arrow keys, right? 4 arrow keys are there in your keyboard.
Yes.
Yes, use the up and down arrow key. You press it one time, so your last used command will come automatically.
So if I write age and if I use the downward key, this particular details will come.
See, it will come when you first enter inside the computer. I am entering my computer, so it is coming in front of me. If you write in your console, then only it will come in front of you.
Yeah, that is what I said. I'll check it at my end.
Yes. First, you have to write. You have to give this as a data to the computer. Then, now when you want to call back key, what is age? Then you can see what is inside the age. So, right, adding age in my RStudio will not reflect in your RStudio. Yes, that has to be
understood.
Yes, but that was interesting confusion. Yeah. Okay, now the next thing is, that was the numbers. What if in our data we have the alphabets? So alphabets, we have a special way to save them. Every time alphabets are double inverted commas, always. Okay, see, everything is same. C function, arrow, and the name of the object, and by chance it is name here. So, but in numbers, we have not written any double inverted commas, because numbers, computer understands these are numbers. But to tell R these are not numbers, we put the things in the double inverted commas. So then R will understand, okay, this is inside the double inverted commas, so certainly these are not numbers. Okay, and then if you write output name, so your names will come like this. Similarly, you can create age. Similarly, you can create place, and similarly, you can create how many books these people are having, right? And these are some guidelines how to name the objects, the object's name. Number one thing, the name cannot start with a number. So if you see, all the names are starting with alphabet. So you can put in between somewhere, but you cannot start with the number. Okay, that is the first guideline. Second guideline is, do not use these special symbols anywhere in the names. You will get an error. So just keep it very simple, like names, like our names, just like keep it simple names. Okay. Then avoid caps, because it will increase for the people to make mistakes, because you are writing capital A and they are writing small a, something like that. So do not avoid caps. Second, avoid spaces. Make possible key there is no space at all. Just use underscore or a dash in between if you have two words also. Use dash, yes, and underscore and dash in case you have two scores. I think this is not important. Yes. And all these objects, when you create, they will be stored in this environment here. Let me show you the environment. This is called as environment, and ये कुछ ज़्यादा ही बड़ा हो गया, एक second. This is, yeah, and this is environment. If you see, all the objects I have created, they are saved here. I have age, I have books, I have capital, I have foundation, I have name, I have place, I have population. But some I have created for another purpose. I will show you why. But you see in your RStudio, okay, if you have created, you must be able to see all these objects. Okay. Now the purpose is, we do not want just objects. We want a data. Right, because we at the end, we will not work with each variable, right? These are like each variable. We want to have the whole data set in front of us. So how to convert or combine all these variables and make a data set, or say tidy data set? So it should look like this actually, a nice thing which we can say, yes, it is a data. It is a data which is having age, which is having how many books, what is their name, what is their place, and what is their salary. Okay, but now how to get it done? Okay, I'm not explaining this because of lack of time. So we need to use something called as a function data.frame. Okay, and see, again, it worked like this. The function name is data.frame, starting bracket, ending bracket. And what are the different objects we want in this data frame? We want age, we want books, we want name, we want place, we want salary. And we want to save all these objects with the name of a new big data, and the name is social. I'm just giving a hypothetical name. You can name it anything you want. Like you can say house X, or you can say Pune, because like this is the data of the people in Pune. Like what is the name, how many books they have, what their salary is there. And next time, if you write social, and your output will be like this. Okay, now those objects are combined, and it has become a data in front of you. Okay, we rarely give data in this format. What we do is we collect data through Google form. We have a CSV file, and we directly import CSV file to the R. So but we should know, in case we want to add a new variable, how to add a new variable. So these are the basics we should know, how to create an object and how to combine different objects to make a big data. Right, now how cool it will be if we can save this data without opening Excel into an Excel format. Okay, and that is our next thing. Okay, we are using the function package name is readr, and I am saving this data, and the function is write_csv. So why write? Because I want to save this data. I want to write this data in my computer. So, and the format is CSV. So the function is write_CSV. Function is starting and function is ending. First argument is, what data do you want to save? I want to save the data social, because if you go back, what is the name of our data in our social? I want to save the data social. Now the second argument is where you want to save and what name you want to give. So I want to save in the folder data, and the name of the file is social. Okay, so because I'm running this live, so already there must be a data in my computer with the name social. So let's go and check. This is data file, and I have a file social here. Okay, and if I open it up, I'm sorry, I'm just taking little time extra here. I hope, is it okay? Will you allow me to take a few minutes extra? Hello?
Please go ahead, sir.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Please go ahead.
Yes. So see, our file is saved here without touching the Excel. We already transferred our data to an Excel sheet here, right? So you might be thinking, okay, ये तो हो सकता है सर ने पहले save कर ली हो सकता है error, maybe there is an error. So let's change the name of this. But I cannot do that from here. I have to do that from here, and that is here. Yes. Yeah, I'm just increasing the space, and we can do all these things. Okay, so don't worry. And okay, it is still here, but I think we got the point. It's okay. Why to waste your time? Okay. Oh God, I reached here. Yes, I think we got it done. So this is the way we can export our data, which is in the memory, to a hardcore file to save in your computer. And it's not just CSV. You can save it in a text format also. You can save it in XLSX format also, which is the Excel format. So, this function is coming from library reader. Okay. Done. So do you want to do this exercise? I guess we keep it, you can just take a screenshot of this and you can submit it later after the session, and let's see how many people will get it done. So this is a data, you can take a screenshot of this and you have to write codes for it. The way, I did, creating the object and then combining the object into a complete data like this using the function data frame. Okay, I hope we are done here. Okay. Okay, after this, I have actually the output, how to get the name of all the things. Okay, after this is the last section actually. If you need help, like sometimes R is broken, you need help because of course you won't be able to do everything on your own. So how to get help in R in case your code is broken, you're not able to make that visualization. So how to get it done? So how to get help in R? So the first thing is your console. In the console, use this question mark, and after this question mark, write your query. Like you can write the name of the package, you can write the name of the function, and it will show some documentation if it is available with the R. For example, you can write question mark ggplot, and you will get the documentation of ggplot. Another way is here as well. Where did it go? Yeah, here. Here we have the help function. Here is as well, you can type inside this and you can find the help. This is the home here, and a lot of help is available here. After this, yes, package document. You should read the package document to understand more about it. That's the next help. After this, there is a huge RStudio community, and it is an online platform. If you click on this link, it will take you there. You can create an account. You can ask your question there, and some of the best person will come and they will answer there. Okay. And you may find earlier answer which may find you get solve your query also. Next platform is Stack Overflow. So here also you can put your questions and people will answer that. Another is GitHub. GitHub is a platform where you can raise the issue directly where this platform is created, what issue you are facing. Like I created this issue in 2019 because of some work. I don't know why, but I created this. And then Twitter. At the end, Twitter, one of the most important platforms where you can find one of the best data scientists and people, and they will definitely help you with your issue. Of course, they will not do your assignments. They will not do things, but they can guide you. They can guide you. I think, yes, I'm done. And yeah, please ask your question, answer. If I speed up anywhere, I'm now happy to go back, And my sincere apologies, I took your 5 minutes extra. So next time I will take care more. Yeah. So yes, any question, answers, or any clarification, we are open.
So
Yes.
can I ask?
Yes, please.
So that name thing is not working in my case. Give us one example of name in bracket on that type RAM and all. Can you do that again once again?
Okay, can you share the error? Because I can see that better. What is the error actually you are getting? By seeing what you have typed, I can tell you better what is the
I have
error.
already shared it.
Can you just quickly
Yes, once again, I'm once again doing it.
And I'm very happy several people are doing it. Vijay, Salim, and Vidya. Okay, good.
Done.
Okay, can you just reshare? Yeah. Vijay, right?
Yes, sir.
Okay, salary, this. Yeah, because you forgot to write C in front of the function.
That also I did. One second,
No.
I'm doing it.
I'm seeing your latest one. So salary,
Yes.
arrow, C is missing.
One second, so I'll do it.
Yeah. And actually, in front of none of that you have written C. Even names also, and before that also. Yeah.
So what does C mean?
C
I missed
means
out.
it is a function which helps you to combine the data which you have written inside.
Salary. I have to click right.
I will just go back to the slide there.
Yes,
So
sir. Yes, yes.
that will help you. So where is that slide? Yeah, see, like this one. See, it is name and C. C
So
will
this
help you.
name, sir, when I type name in the console, it by default shows me a names actually, not name but names. It's S after M. M. M-E-S it says. I'll show you.
No, that is maybe something else because we have one function also with the name. So maybe it is showing you that. Yeah.
So I just need to type name, you meant to say, right?
You have to type what you have given to R. Like if you have saved this object as name, so you have to type name.
Okay.
Yeah, because if you make even capital N change, so R will treat it as a different thing. R will not be as the
Can
same.
you please keep this screen for 1 second? I'll quickly type and see.
Yes, please.
Uh-huh.
No issues.
So that means name is something that we are giving this particular data. It's a title that we
Yes.
are giving it to the data.
Yes,
right?
yes, absolutely.
Okay, so that is irrelevant. That's not actually a code or some function or something like that.
No.
Understood.
Let's say if I copy
One
that
second.
here and again we just increase the size of it and I
Just
paste
like
it.
how we gave age, role, name was
Let's
something
say,
that
let's say these are not just names. I say these are my students. Okay.
Yes, it's working, sir. Thank you so much.
Students, and if I press enter, and now if I write students, so see, I'll get this name. So whatever name you will give, it will take that. We cannot change the name of the functions, but we can change the name which we are giving. Professor Remy, is it making sense?
Understood. So
Right.
C is the function.
C is the function.
Name is something that I gave to this particular data.
Yes.
All right. Understood.
Completely agree. Yes. Like.
Done, sir. Thank you.
Okay, great. Yes. Any more queries or questions?
I guess Celine wants to know. Once again, show data frame question.
Data frame. Okay. Yeah, we'll go to the
How
data.
to frame the data.
Yes. See, the function name is data dot frame. So this dot is very important. If you miss this dot, it will show you an error. Okay. So data dot frame, like as the name says, it will make a frame of the data for you. Now, what you want inside this frame? I want object variable age. I want books. I want name. I want place. I want salary. And why I'm giving these names only? Because I have created these only, right? If I've created other than this, I can give those names also, right? But and again, it's not necessary you need to give all. Let's say you do not want salary, so you can remove salary. So salary will not be reflected in your data. And then I want to save this complete thing as a new object, which is a data social, right? And this style is because you always visually see how this social is coming from. This social is coming from this function. So this arrow is important, less than sign and dash. Yeah. Then you type social and your output will be like this. Is it okay? Are we good?
Yes, understood.
Okay, great. So far, I'm really enjoying talking with all of you. It's going awesome, actually. So, and yes, I want this exercise to be done from your side. Where was that exercise? Yeah, this one. Okay, so please take a picture of this and send me answer on the WhatsApp itself. This is not an assessment. This is just your turn exercises. Okay, assessments will be there, so don't worry. They will be there. Okay, take a picture of this and write codes for it and then share the complete code with me. Okay, so I guess we can stop here with your permission, all the participants. You want any change from my side? Because I'm going to conduct all sessions in this way only. So we will mix office slides and as well as the live demonstrations. So Today we have quite a lot of slides, not maybe that much in the next session onwards. So don't worry. I think we'll be finishing on time. So
Sir,
next
sorry to
session.
interrupt.
Yeah,
Can you
please.
just please bring back that slide for the exercise we have to do?
Exercise 1. Okay, 1 second. Okay, being time, if anyone has any query, you can ask the query. Yeah,
Yes,
this one.
Thank you.
Okay, are we good? Are we good with this format, the way we have done today's session? Are we good with in this way?
Yes, sir.
Okay, so if I can hear a few more yeses, I will be more confident that we are not making any mistakes. So,
there's a question. There's a
Need some
question,
time
sir.
in between.
Okay, break time in between. Okay.
No, not break.
Hmm.
Just to, type the functions and then go ahead.
Yes, I agree. Okay. So please stop in between.
Ajay, sir,
Yes.
sorry to cut you. With Dr. Vidya Bhatia, she is asking, where can we see the output of the data frame?
Where we can keep?
Where
No,
can
where
we
we see the output of data frame, because we have typed that command. And then where do we see the output? Because our window is different and your window is different. That's it.
1 second. Let's see. Let's match our windows now. So I think I can stop the presentation now. So yes, and I will come back to RStudio and let's match our windows. See, our RStudios are same. See, I think if you are writing here, okay, your whole data, whatever you are generating, will be reflected here in this window. See, there is an environment, history, connection, git, tutorial. So everything will be in the environment. Your all data are saved like this here. Are you able to see, ma'am?
Sir, you have not shared your screen.
We have not shared the screen.
I am very stupid person.
Not at all.
Just I think. Yeah. Are we able to see now?
Yes.
Yes.
Yes. So this is RStudio, and it is same for all of us. So all the new objects I created here, they are visible in this top window here. See, I have put it down here. See, we have here these options. No, you can use this to maximize, to minimize. So if I put minimize it, so there is a top window here, where in the environment section we can see all your created objects saved here. We have age, we have books, we have even the other which I created for your assignment. So all are saved here. And few like these are the objects, and we created data as well. So like we created data social. So these are saved as data. So if you click here, so see, you can see on this new window here data as well, right? Like there is a world data which I gave you task to do. So there is a world data also. And then you can close this if you do not want this. Yes. Okay.
Okay. Thank you so much. I got it.
Very, very welcome.
Thank you.
Okay. So are we good to close for day 1?
Yes, sir. I think, well, before we close, sir, firstly, I would like to thank you for this session.
Sir, still we have 4 sessions. Yes.
Yes. No, at least for the introduction, at least on personally, I can definitely thank you, because for the first time I'm getting to know this R and RStudio. So before we close, there were some rules that I had already shared in the welcome letter, but I wanted to share it again to all the participants. You requested that you join the session 5 minutes.
I lost your voice, Professor Remy.
Sorry, I can't hear you.
Yeah.